Hi everybody, I'm Dan Murphy, welcome back to the channel, and today on Talk Tech to Me we're going to look at the main three cloud providers, GCP, AWS and Microsoft Azure, and we're going to break them all down, see what's good and bad about each one of them and see which one's the best overall. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, to start off with, we have AWS, which is the undisputed market leader. It holds about 30 to 32% of the overall global market, and that's not surprising. It was the first one to launch way back in 2006. But hot on its heels is Microsoft Azure, and they account for about 20 to 23% of the overall market then as well. They do leverage Microsoft's strong enterprise relationship and their cloud hybrid focus. They also piggyback off most people having to use Office 365 and Word and Excel and those kind of applications that you really can't get away from. And then we have the new kid on the block, GCP, which accounts for about 10 to 12% of the overall market. But while they are the most recent one to market, they've made significant gains in a few key areas like AI and big data then as well. At the core, all three of them offer fundamentally the same kind of services. You're talking about compute, storage, networking, databases. Where they differ is in the nuances then as well, and where they do certain things far better than anybody else can do them. AWS is a bit of a Swiss Army knife when it comes to the cloud. It has by far the most extensive back catalogue and feature set out of all of them then as well. Take SageMaker for an example then as well. It's an evolving service that is sort of changing on a daily basis then as well. And then you move into sort of machine learning and Redshift and data warehousing. Sometimes AWS can feel a wee bit overwhelming. Trying to keep on top of AWS and what they're doing and how they're doing is practically a full-time job in itself. If you look at Azure then as well, it has really deep integrations with certain technologies then as well. If it's a legacy organization, you're typically going to be using a data center then as well. If you're using a data center, you're going to be running lots of Windows servers then as well. So if you are an organization that is Windows heavy, you use things like .NET, SQL, Office 365, Azure is a seamless choice for you and will integrate really, really well with that. Google, on the other hand, leverages the immense global infrastructure and expertise that it has at its disposal. It's no surprise that it excels in certain areas that Google itself excels in, like data analytics, machine learning, open source technologies. Their Kubernetes engine, GKE, is considered the best in class, which isn't surprising when you consider that Google invented Kubernetes. BigQuery is amazing when it comes to big data warehousing. Essentially, they've kind of written the book on it then as well, and to a good extent, Azure and AWS have been trying to keep up with them in these kind of fields then as well. Its Vertex AI is standout when it comes to AI services then as well. If you want to get an AI application up and running then as well, Vertex AI, choosing your model then as well, is seamless and extremely easy. GCP always tends to be developer friendly then as well, especially for cloud native applications then as well. AI, I don't think we can mention the modern cloud without talking about AI. You have GCP, which seems to be like an AI first or an AI focused application then as well, whereas Azure and AWS seem to have it as key components in their feature sets then as well. So let's talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses each cloud vendor has when it comes to AI. AWS, like I said at the start, has a broad and really mature AI offering and services. It has AWS SageMaker, which is their flagship offering for pre-trained services. It also for bespoke ones then as well. But some of its off-the-shelf pre-trained models are absolutely amazing. It has things like Recognize, spelt with a K, for image and video analysis, Poly then, text-to-speech, and then has translation services then as well. It also has Amazon Q built into everything that you do. So essentially you have an AI assistant that can help you as you're developing on the cloud then as well. Microsoft Azure is also another strong contender when it comes to the AI machine learning space then as well, and especially at enterprise and at scale. Their machine offerings are robust, and their tools and languages that they use are extremely well integrated then as well. It also integrates OpenAI services into everything that it does, and then for the more Office 365 things, you have Copilot then as well, which is absolutely fantastic when it comes to Word documents and PowerPoint presentations then as well. It is also getting a lot better when it comes to generating code, and it gets to generating things like Terraform then as well, which is what I've been using it a lot for recently. GCP then They see themselves as an AI first company then as well, so they naturally excel here. Their Vertex AI platform aims to unify the entire machine learning lifecycle and put it all together in one place, making it easy for developers to build and deploy models. They leverage their powerful TPU processors, their tensor processing units, extremely high performance ML workloads then as well. So you can run your cutting edge AI models off this as well, and so GCP is a strong contender then as well. I want to pause there for a second and talk about something slightly different. One of the main things that all these cloud vendors have in common is security. And when it comes to securing your passwords online, I use PassPack. PassPack is lightweight, cheap. It has 256 AES encryption, multi-factor authentication, single sign-on, and then whenever you're using it at enterprise and at scale, it has IP address logging. You can track the history of passwords, where they're used, how often they're used. It is extremely low when it costs per user. You can do things like employee access, user reporting then as well. You can store unlimited passwords for essentially infinite number of teams and users. It's platform agnostic, and that is really important here. So in my daily life, I don't get to choose one cloud platform. I essentially have to work across all three of them then as well. So having a single password manager that can work with any browser on any cloud platform then as well has been extremely valuable for me. You can synchronize access from any device running any operating system then as well. Also, if you ever are working in a SOC 2 compliant environment then as well, it is SOC 2 compliant. So for me, it has been an absolute game changer when it comes to password management. I would highly recommend everybody using that as well. If you are interested, I'm going to put a link down in the description then as well, and I'll take you directly to it. So back to the video. And we're back. I want to talk about hybrid cloud and enterprise focus for a moment then as well, because it's going to come into play here. For many large enterprises, a pure cloud approach just isn't feasible. Hybrid cloud, or combining on-premise infrastructure with public cloud, it's become more relevant then as well for any company that wants to modernize. AWS was traditionally a cloud only or cloud first kind of organization then as well, but they've made significant changes in the recent years as well to offer these kind of hybrid options then as well to organizations and businesses. Services like AWS Outposts, which brings AWS infrastructure and services directly into your data center, and AWS hybrid cloud storage then as well, makes it now a key player and sort of an option then as well if you do run a data center. Microsoft Azure is arguably the most strongest here as well. Microsoft has a long history with enterprise customers and on-premise software and solutions then as well. Tools like Azure Arc allow you to manage servers, Kubernetes clusters, data services across on-premise, multi-cloud and edge environments then as well from a single control panel down, which is absolutely amazing for anybody running operations for an organization like that. GCP, like I said at the start, even though they were essentially latest to market or last to market when it comes to all this, have made significant improvements to their hybrid solutions then as well. Their Anthos offers them is their primary offering, and Anthos essentially is a platform for managing applications across on-premise, Google Cloud and other cloud providers then as well. So they actually offer multiple cloud vendors and not just their own and on-premise. They also have Cloud Interconnect, which is a sort of private network for connecting everything together then as well. And as you imagine, if you are leveraging the Google global infrastructure then as well, it's extremely powerful to have that global reach then as well. Let's talk use cases and which cloud to use in which situation. AWS, if you need the broadest and deepest set of services, if you prioritize flexibility and have complex, highly customizable workloads, if you want to access the largest ecosystem of not just of services but of third-party providers then as well, if you're building a new cloud-native application from scratch and you want the most choice available then as well, AWS should be the cloud vendor for you. Microsoft Azure. If your organization is already heavily invested in Microsoft technologies like Windows Server, SQL, .NET, it's an obvious choice. Because of its strong hybrid cloud requirements then as well, which seamlessly integrate both on-premise and in the cloud, it's another great reason to go with Azure. And if you operate in a highly regulated enterprise environment grade, so the likes of SOC 2 compliance then as well, its compliance and governance features then as well are a step above the other competitors then as well. So those would be the main reasons I would push towards an Azure solution then as well. GCP, if you're a data-driven organization and you're heavily focused on analytics, machine learning and AI, it's the market leader when it comes to them. If you prioritize open source technologies, containerization, using the likes of Kubernetes then as well, on cloud native development, Perhaps if you want to potentially lower your costs for specific workloads for sustained discount then as well. I don't want to say it's the cheapest because it really depends on the situation then as well. But I think GCP have essentially learned from the mistakes of AWS and Azure when it comes to cost optimization, and really letting the end user know how much they're spending, where and when and how. If also you need to leverage Google's extensive global network then as well, GCP is a perfect start for you. It also does heavily favor startup companies then as well. They're looking to develop pure cloud, modern, native, developer-centric approach then as well. Those would be the main reasons why I would use those 3 different clouds. So which one of them is best? Which is the one cloud to rule them all? The simple answer is none of them, or all of them. Realistically, it depends on what you and your business needs are. The ideal choice depends entirely on your specific business needs, the existing infrastructure, the technical expertise, your budget, your long-term strategy and vision. Many organizations are developing multi-cloud strategies as well, so they're actually leveraging the best from different cloud providers or even hybrid solutions as well, and putting them all together in a unique solution. Each cloud is unique in its own different way. It has different specialities, and so you really have to sort of understand what your needs are before you pick a cloud provider for you. Hopefully that gave you some answers and some clarity. I know it's not the definitive, this is the best cloud, and I was very keen to sort of call out the good and bad in each one of them then as well. So hopefully that has demystified the 3 main cloud providers then as well, and give you a bit of clarity to make your own decisions and help you going forward then as well. As always, I love hearing from my followers then as well. Please like and subscribe and drop a comment down below. I want to hear your opinions on this as well. You can find me across all my socials. You can find me on LinkedIn then as well. I'm Dan Murphy. This is Talk Tech to Me. Have a great day, everybody.